All right, let's
Do I believe what LeBron James did is nepotism? Yes. Is nepotism needed? Yes. And here's why I say this. I don't believe the way LeBron James did it was the correct way for the Lakers. But I do believe what he's done. Oh, boy. We on episode 2. Well, episode 1 flew by. Episode 2 is here. Then that's going to fly by. Then episode 3. I don't know what else to tell you. But either way, I know we got some topics for you. I got a couple that I'm going to bring by you, and I'm sure you got some that you want to go ahead and dive right in. But, growing up, we both had our ways of growing up. You from the North, me from the South. We had different upbringings. But have you ever been compared to the people you hung out with? I don't know if it was good people, bad people. You're going to tell me in a second. But have you ever been compared to those two people?
Man, absolutely. It's crazy. I know you got some stories. I got some stories, dog. It's one of those things like, you gonna put me with them?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But before we get to that, though, I know we got that. We also gonna be talking about like jealousy and if it's love or if it's insecurities. Love or if it's insecurities, one of those things. And then nepotism. We got a cool story that's like going on right now. And nepotism is gonna be right up that alley. But if you've gotten this far and you've listened to what we said so far, welcome to 2 Shades of Black.
Black!
Yes. Well, we about to have some controversial conversations, which we just went over. And hell, I know, like y'all know, we've all been judged for the people we don't hang out with, whether they're good, bad, ugly, pretty, whatever the case is. We done been judged by the people we don't hang out with. And boy, like everybody else. But let me tell you.
One of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know I'm the ugly motherfucker. I know I'm the ugly man in the group. I hang out with a bunch of fine people, so I'm the outside liar. Because, I do believe some of the fine people that's out there, half the time, they don't even know what the hell to say that will come out their mouth. They use their good looks to get the women. But me, my mouthpiece, let me tell you, boy, I talk some panties off a girl who wearing 2 panties. Let me tell you. Either way.
Wow.
But
wow. Okay.
Let me tell you what happened this past weekend. So I went ahead to MetroCon. I was over there in Tampa and whatnot. I ain't dress up because I don't even dress up for Halloween. But either way, I'm like the black dude that go to the beach with flip flops on and socks. So I stand out.
Are you like Nick Cannon? Hey, love don't cost a thing.
Hey, but let me tell you. So I walk in, right? And boy, they had these 3 girls that was dressed up like Sailor Moon. And I was just like, ooh, yes, sir. So I done walked up like, thinking all, hey, either
way. Time out. Were they all Sailor Moon or were they like all from Sailor Moon?
They're all from Sailor Moon, like the group of girls from Sailor Moon.
Oh, so like had like Jupiter and all of them like that?
You know it.
All right, which one's your favorite? Which one's your favorite?
I don't know Sailor Moon like that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, I meant the girls.
Oh, the one in the pink. I don't know Sailor Moon like that. I only picked her because she had like, voluptuous mammary glands.
That works for me.
If we being PC, you two don't cancel me.
Her Twin Peaks, that something of that nature.
Hey, I like that. I like that restaurant, but either way. So they the group of girls. I'm like, oh, let me go ahead. Let me go say hi. How you doing? Whatnot. And we started talking. It was like four of them. And we were talking. And when I walked up to them, I was just like, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. So I started talking. I'm like, oh, how long y'all been doing cosplay? Whatnot. 3 of the girls were like, yo, we've been doing it forever. The one girl's like, oh, yeah, they just dragged me out here and told me to dress up like this. And I was just like, so my bad for assuming that you're a cosplayer. And she's like, oh, no. I totally don't like this, but they said they needed me to complete this. And I'm like, well, my bad, guilty by association. I was assuming you are who you hang out with in this case. I don't know if that directly translates, but I just wanted to say how my weekend went, and plus that the MetroCon. Yeah, I need to go back. Because see what happened was I didn't realize there was so many baddies in cosplay, and I was willing to do some things in cosplay. But yeah, I do need to get back.
What's the dates?
It was past weekend. You missed it. But we gonna go to Comic-Con. Comic-Con just happened this past weekend as well. But let's not get off the topic. But we already put on the calendar for next year, the one in Las Vegas, 18 and plus. Yes.
We definitely
I'm gonna be there. Boy, shoot, I might go out looking like the Black Samurai while you over here talking. Or I might come out looking like a predator. Wait, hold on. The movie Predator.
The alien.
The alien.
Okay.
the
alien. You scared me. You scared me. Like, cut. We gotta get out of here. You can't do this.
I am not a predator, but I will assume the costume of the shit. I'm
I think we just need to continue.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the
Anyways,
next thing.
let's jump into the topic. Are you who you hang out with? That is the topic that we starting out with, my boy. And let me get your piece of the puzzle first, and then see what you think about. Do you believe, and I think you said yes, but give me an example of what it is. Do you believe you are who you hang out with?
And when we were making this, like creating this dog, I was like, you know what? This is something that I think everyone can relate to. Depending on if you play sports, if you are hanging out with doctors or lawyers or somebody in a fraternity or sorority, you could just be associated by somebody with just a color. So for me, I think that, man, when we're talking about who you hang out with, you definitely can be guilty by association. You know, like you be a product of your environment. And I'll give an example from me where I grew up, most of the people that I was around were gangbangers, people that were thugs and stuff like that. But I was a little homie, so I was chill. They was like, yo, Jay, we just want you to go hoop and keep it moving. They don't do that. But if you see anyone from outside of that, they'd be like, nah, he probably one of them. He probably the one, calling like, here come 5-0. But it wasn't even on that kind of time. They kind of kept me away from it so I can focus on sports.
But aren't you just one bad break away from potentially becoming one of them homeboys?
I mean, I think you can be. You can be. And I think that's where where people say you're a product of your environment. A lot of people have to be able to distinguish that. And it's just the same thing. Like, I mean, that's just my example. But you got to look at it like this. Like, let's look at it on a standstill of, like, let's look at it like females, right? If she hang out with a bunch of thotties, chances are she might be a thotty too.
Oh, absolutely. She probably has. No. I do believe in, at the end of the day, y'all can come for me and I don't care.
Oh, no.
Because if you're hanging out with a bunch of thotties, you probably got thotty tendencies yourself. You ain't 100%
but are you a
guilty.
Thotty, though?
I don't care if you a thotty 100% or you a thotty 10%. You got thottyism in your being. So if you hanging out with thotty, you got self-interest. I'm just saying.
Right, so that doesn't make you... No. Here's where I disagree. You can be around these things. I've been around people that, hung out with the devil's lettuce, per se, right? They intake with the devil's lettuce. I've never...
Did you just say the devil's lettuce? Now why are we quoting the Bible now? Okay, Mr. Devil's lettuce.
I don't want no parts of the devil's lettuce. But to each his own. But the people I was around, that's all they would really do.
Okay, so I asked this. Hold on now. I asked this.
Go ahead.
When the devil's lettuce is being sparked up, rolled up, licked up, whatever the devil's lettuce is getting done to it.
Yeah.
Are you leaving the room when the devil's lettuce is sparked up and flamed up?
Every now and then I would, but are you gonna try to give me the second hand high? Are you gonna try to give me the second hand high?
Exactly what it is. It's the second hand high.
But am I smoking?
It doesn't matter if you're a smoker. You are an inhaler. You are an inhaler.
Are you a secondhand cigarette smoker if your parents smoke?
Absolutely not. My parents didn't smoke, and when somebody lights a cigarette, I walk the hell away. Or I'm gonna cuss that
Okay.
motherfucker out and say, go stand over there. My lungs are pink. The way I like my female. No, pause. Oh my God.
Oh my
See,
God.
this
He's
is
starting
what
off crazy
happened.
this week.
This is what happened when you don't let me start talking. Either way,
I
I like my
did. You
lung.
just kept talking about predator shit.
But either way, I'm talking about this. I don't when you get a secondhand cigarette smoker, this is why they don't smoke on airplanes and restaurants no more. I don't want my lungs
100%.
looking like black tar. I was already called a black tar baby when I was growing up. I don't want to be my lungs looking that way.
I mean, he's still the same though.
I am not that dark. I'm not that dark. Okay.
I don't know.
This is black. I'm a lighter shade.
You are the darkest shade of black.
No, that is a lie. I am not Blurple. Have you seen the movie Amistad? Have you seen Wesley Snipes? Those men are Blurple.
Blurple.
That is a darker shade. Maybe my forehead, because I was, look, right here was because I was in the sun. But you see here, I got brown hues. Look, some people even say I match the couch behind me. I forgive that I'm not an interior designer, but
that's not true.
Either way, back to the topic. I do believe this, because just like you, I'm not gonna say I hung out with the gangsters, the thugs, but I hung out with a D-boy here and there. Those were my friends. We was friends when we was little kids growing up. High school, we played football together. But I can't say I can't be guilty by association. Am I who I hung out with? You put me in a nigga moment and I turn around and show you who I am. I'm just saying, I may not be them, but I am capable of showing you that I'm them.
So wait, let's go back to the point then. I mean, let's go back to the thing I said about hanging out with hanging out with someone. You made a point that you just said that some of them might have been your childhood friends. So if a girl's thotty friend was one of her best pals in kindergarten, and they grow up and that person tends to be a thotty, and the other friends tend to be thotty, that makes her automatically have thotty tendencies from what you're saying. But you literally just said that you who hang out with a D-boy or two, they're your friends. That's what you said. But don't mean I don't have a nigga moment. But that doesn't mean that a girl that's hanging out with a thotty doesn't make her a thotty. She just may have the thotty of capabilities, just like we all have a capability of killing somebody.
And absolutely. And that's why I said they have thotty moments. They have thottyism in their mind, just like me.
You don't know that.
Look. Okay. I'm gonna say this.
Right.
I'm gonna say this because here's why.
All right.
As much as we want to say and be on this, and I want to put like my hand to the Bible right now.
You're gonna burn.
There are so many times that the thought has crossed our mind when we hanging out with the individuals that we're hanging out with that we say we're not the same as. So when a thought tells me, oh, this is my group, these are my homegirls, and 4 out of the 5 of them is thoughters and jump offs, bicycles, whatever you want to call them. I love my women, and I'm not trying to bash them, but what I'm saying is, if you are out in public shedding that light that you are with them, of course you're going to be guilty by association. Now, my saying is this: when you're friends with individuals, yes, we may say we're on different paths, but there is self-interest among all interests that we're both in that brings us together. So when I say that, again, like I see your point, Mr. Man. Look here, I'm not the preacher's son, so I'm going to say this. I'm not saying you the preacher's son, but at the end of the day, I look at it as this: if y'all can castrate me, y'all can throw me, you can throw the rope over the tree, whatever the case may be. I do believe that no matter who we are, the people that we hang out with and continue to hang out with as adults, though they may not be in the same realms as us, but there are moments when we think about it. There are moments where it's like, I'm not saying they're totally far gone that they can't stop what they're doing, no matter which, if it's thottyism, if it's D-boy, if it's sports, whatever the case may be. There is a self-interest and an understanding of what that individual does. Is there a thought in your mind that says, how would I be if I was in that shoe? It sometimes depends on the upbringing and situation. We may have the money, or we just, I'm not going to say value our internal parts, but I'm just saying, if you're hanging out with them, you have a little bit of the tendency in them, and all it takes is that moment to bring it out.
No, I disagree. Because I have a friend who is literally, if I had a sister, I would let him date her. I don't have a sister, thank God. But if I did, one, she wouldn't be around your ass. Two,
what? I'm a lover boy. Don't you know?
exactly.
I'm a teddy bear. Look at me. I'm a teddy bear.
I don't know. I don't know. She might, out of spite, she might, knowing if I had my family members, out of spite, that little bitch might try to do something shady like, oh, that's your pal? Anyway, my point is, my friend is literally, like, he's been around a bunch of us who, you know, had our fair share of moments with the ladies, right? He is so respectful that legit, it wouldn't, like, he just don't do it. He wouldn't do it, but then he would be guilty by association. I know it because I know that's my friend. We've been.
You don't know that man can turn around and be a closet freak.
So now, I mean, well, he might get something happen to him, but who knows? But maybe that doesn't make him a thotty or somebody or a gigolo or a player, whatever you may want to call it. It just means that he's around people that he enjoys to be around. That doesn't necessarily mean that. So you can have somebody around there. What I'm saying is, you can have somebody around that does some stuff you necessarily don't mess with, but it doesn't mean that you are a part of that. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, if you got arrested for something and there's some shady stuff, and we know that you are, like you said, you and I both know you ready to fit the boot up when it comes downtown for it. Does that because I'm around you, that means I'm fit to boot up? I might be a bitch. I might see you start swinging. I might run. I don't know. Maybe the guy that you're swinging on is just right, and the guy I'm about to swing on is like 6'6". And I'm over here like, you know what? I don't even want to do this.
Yeah,
but I'm guilty by association. That he's ready to throw down too.
You damn right. And you know what happens? If you turn around and me and you hanging out, and you turn around and leave me hanging because you talk about, oh, I can't beat her, I promise you we ain't friends no more. We ain't friends no more. If I get my ass whooped, I'm going to your mama house and knocking on her door and telling her your son ain't gonna be around much longer, because when I find his ass, he about to catch these hands.
He gonna beat me up because I ain't beat no one else up.
You damn right. You left me hanging. You can't be my homeboy. You guilty by association, so you better already throw some hands. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. And you black.
You just made my point. You just made my point.
And I'm telling you,
made my point.
You better find it in you. You better find it in you to fight.
So now you making me, I had to go fight somebody because you want to go beat up somebody. And now, so now I have no choice but to get my ass whooped because you picked the smaller guy.
So no, if I turn around and get jumped and you left me hanging because you didn't want to fight no big guy, oh, you better believe when my bones heal, that's your ass. That's your ass.
So now you sound like my father. When I was in karate class, he said I had to fight some big kid. He said, "Look, if you don't whoop his ass, I'm gonna whoop your ass when you get home."
You damn right. You damn right.
So you one of those type of friends.
Hey, we better get our ass beat together. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life.
No, bad boys. No, I ain't even seen the last movie. We ain't doing that. I don't want to watch it no more. You ain't gonna get me out here to get castrated.
Hey,
put me on World Star. There you go.
And like the old saying goes, stay the fuck from around me then. If you know,
this is as far as we gonna go.
See, if you know I live this life and you ain't about that life, don't be around me. And I gotta respect that as that man who's about that life. And that goes about to say you are who you hang out with, or that's my thing. If you know your boy and your girl is that way and you ain't about that life and you ain't about it, then I'm gonna tell you this. If I'm doing my business, don't be around me. But if I'm at church, we cool. We cool like Sunday school. But if I'm out in these streets and I'm over here and I'm throwing a party and you see these bad girls and you're like, oh, now you want to be my friend, but you ain't want to ride with me when things, nah, you can't take the good with the bad. That's what I'm saying. So therefore, if you ain't gonna ride with me when I'm doing all my other stuff, just like if she was a thotty, maybe she got something set up and she got four dudes coming to the house and she can't take all of them. And she's like, I need to tag you in. And if you like, I'm not here, that's the same thing as getting jumped. If you know what I am. It's
not the same at all.
How is that not the same?
Because what if a girl don't want to get ran through like that?
Well, don't be around me then. That's like if you turn around and say, you know what? I'm saving myself for marriage. Then all right. And if you know I'm the biggest jump off you that's in the neighborhood and I'm cutting through everything, don't be around me then. See you at Sunday school.
Still can be. No, that's not true.
No, see
you
you
can
at
still
Sunday
you
school.
can be enjoying. You can still enjoy the environment that person is
See,
in.
and that's the thing. I was that guy when I was in high school where
Who was that guy?
I was hanging out with my homeboys, and just like you, the devil's lettuce was being passed around. You know how embarrassing it is sometimes? But here's the thing, you know how embarrassing, and this is why I stopped hanging out with a lot of them. You know how embarrassing it is when your homeboy turn around and be like, oh, he don't do that. And you in a group of hard big niggas just like, oh, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, oh, sorry, no, I don't partake in this. And they all look at you like, huh? Then why
legit me. That's legit me. That's me.
I'm the friend from college visiting. I apologize. But the thing about it is, just like you, my homeboys knew if it was that kind of scenario or what it was, they basically straight up told me, get from around here. This ain't where you gotta be right now. So I didn't never had to be guilty by association. So I appreciated that. But not everybody has those type of friends who's gonna be like, okay, no. So for example, football players. Yeah, we all get bunched in, sports, all of that, we all get bunched in. But you got to expect, in my opinion, you got to expect to be put in that bucket if you gonna be swimming in the bucket. If you swimming with the fish, I'm gonna assume you a fish. You can't be no damn dolphin swimming with the fish.
Sure can. It's plenty of ocean.
Hell no. Since when turtles hang out with fish? They in the same water. That don't mean they in the same bucket.
Finding Nemo.
You would bring up something as a child. Yeah, oh, and that's why. Oh yeah, and that's why they used to say, now we got this big old problem. You got these white kids out here not hanging out with these black folks, thinking, oh, if I'm hanging out with them, then I'm essentially them. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop the N-bomb. Hell no, I slap fire from a motherfucker. I slap fire from a motherfucker. You ain't gonna be my little non-melanin friend hanging out with me. Want to go call me the N-word like you got to pass? You gonna you gonna catch these hands like shoot. Either way,
the real ones know though. The real ones
no,
know.
It's the ones that think they the real ones that drop those kind of bombs. But the point
I think the real ones know. But go ahead. Yo!
Either way.
Come on, next subject.
Back to the point.
I can't look at you the same.
Either way.
No, but we're done.
Now, the question begs, I ain't one of those people that went around and dated them. And I didn't date. I ended up coming to God and whatnot. But there are individuals. Exactly. But there are individuals out there who turn around and date these girls. Now, I don't know how they do it, because I'd be insecure as a mother sucker if I turn around dating a girl who just got trained on, and all of a sudden I gotta date her. But that brings us to our next topic, though. That's your topic. Go ahead and run with it.
All right. So what you got, X? So here's the thing, man. Is jealousy a sign of insecurity or love? Like, what makes it something that you're like, damn, this person really cares about me? Or is it something like, this person has something internally that they need to fix before they can actually accept me or appreciate me?
See, I'm a confused individual. That's why last episode I was like, I'm a traditional-ish.
Oh, we already went through that.
I like to believe I'm a confident individual, right? And because I feel like I'm a confident individual, I think for the most part, the jealousy, small, though it's small, the jealousy that I do tend to exhibit can sometimes stem from love or misguided love, or the love that I'm trying to achieve.
What's the extent of that jealousy, though? Can you elaborate on the extent of that jealousy?
So a lot of the times whenever I've been in love, the jealousy wasn't from an insecurity. Now, I've had episodes where it was from an insecurity, but jealousy, mainly my jealousy stems from the love that I don't want to lose. And so I tend to want to, I don't love very often. I'll be honest with you, I'm a bastard.
Like Jon
But
Snow.
one of them, I don't know which one you would put a label on, but I got a daddy. Don't get me wrong, I got a daddy. He might be dead, but I don't know what they call bastards when your daddy not dead. But I don't know if you since your daddy dead, if there's another name for it. But either way, I got a daddy.
Let's go.
But what I'm saying is, it's the matter of, because sometimes you don't fall in love as often as others, you don't want to lose that love, especially if it's a love that you are getting all the things you ask for out of that love. And so when an individual that you're in love with steps outside of the boundary you set mentally in your head, for me, I start to be like, well, why is she doing this? Well, why are you acting like this? Where are you going? Why are you wearing this? Why are you hanging out with this motherfucker? Like, those are the things that start to pop into my head. It's not that I'm an insecurity within me, or maybe it is, but I may not be looking at it. But I look at it as this. Anything that threatens my serenity or the way that I've built or what I've built in this relationship, I become Papa Bear. I become a wolf. Don't come around here. And in some terms be considered as jealousy. Yeah. Of course I'm gonna be jealous. You hanging out with my woman. That's why if I'm dating someone, you better not have no work husband. I already seen that went wrong. I've been on the other side where I was somebody work husband. Exactly.
You know what happens.
Nah.
Seriously.
That's what I'm saying. What say he?
For me, man, I think it's definitely it's hard. It's hard. There's a fine line because sometimes jealousy can be honestly just being protective of what you have. But I think if we're talking a relationship wise, I think it's all about the partner and what they're like. If they know certain things bother you and they're doing it on purpose, like that's not really loving you in the first place. Or if they're
you just talking about communication now. I'm a guy. I don't communicate with my girl. She's supposed to already know.
Okay, you sound like mine, but that shit doesn't work. You need to communicate, the little shits, but that's another subject. But I say this though, man, like when we're looking at jealousy, what's the extent of the jealousy? And like, are they a determinant of the relationship? Because if I'm jealous, like jealousy can go from relationship to friendship to family ship, right? Like to your family. I could be jealous of you because I'm seeing you grow in your career and I'm still stagnant. I could be jealous of my woman because she makes more money than me. I could be jealous because of, like you stated, a situation where my woman is walking outside with like some hoochie huggers on or whatever, and I'm like,
she ain't nothing but a hoochie mama, humpback hoochie mama.
But the thing is, though, you can't call it an insecurity when you're just like, bro, that's mine. I think with the insecurities, though, when we look at the insecurities, it's like, all right, what are we really doing here? Like, is there something that, like, I think if we're going to be open and honest, I think as humans, we have a little bit of all of it. It all depends on how much we react to those things. I could be insecure about, my hair, my weight, my skin. I could be insecure about the size of something, right? Like anyone can have insecurities. So when we're looking at it, it's like where's the line in? And it's like, is the insecurity a detriment to the relationship? Because the insecurity is a detriment to the relationship, depending on whatever relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, friendship, and that's where it becomes, I think, a sense of insecure jealousy. I don't know. But like if you look at it, I think jealousy can go so far, but insecurities can go so much further to where it really messes up the relationship. But because look at it like this though. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but now the battle that states is it the love that you have for them, or is it the insecurity of something you need to fix for yourself, and that you haven't recognized that insecurity, and thus why you're stating it? Oh, did I just have a revelation right now? Is my love really an insecurity inside of me? Oh Lord,
it might be.
No.
What day was this? It's okay.
No.
Okay.
But you spoke some truth there, because now, and I'll give you the mic back in a sec. You spoke some truth there in the fact that, could it be that though I don't want to lose those certain things, that becomes my insecurity in and itself, because what I'm stating is love, in which I've worked for and I've put together. The insecurity is having to say, I don't know if it by definition it'd be considered an insecurity, that I don't want my hard work going to waste, or I don't want to lose that hard work and me back to my loneliness again. Mm-hmm. That be the insecurity in which we're defining as love.
I think with that, when you're looking at the insecurity of like FOMO, right, in the sense of that, of damn, I don't want to miss out on this shit I just built. But when we're looking at the insecurity, is like, how toxic is that insecurity to hinder the relationship? Like, if I'm mad about something, like, for example, like, if I'm not, it's just like, let's make it down as children. Let's break it down as a grown up. If you suck in sports and you go in the gym, you got dodgeball. It's like, we got X, we got J. And
I'm not
little
getting
Tony
picked last.
says,
I ain't getting picked
and
last.
if I get picked last, now in my insecurity, damn.
No, you just need to get your weight up.
Hey, you know what? You ain't gonna be able to hit me because I'm gonna be too skinny. You know about you? I got an easy target.
Oh,
but you know what? Wait, time out. You might got some blame behind that. So now you
going after my insecurities. You know I've been trying to lose weight. I got thyroid issues.
That's a damn lie. No, you don't. No, you don't. No one ever told me about carbs.
As I'm eating a whole public sub.
But here's the thing, how insecurities can work though, dog. So now I'm picked last in dodgeball. And now anytime a girl decides to pick somebody else over me, I'm going to go right back to that insecurity of dodgeball. Like, fuck, it was not me.
You know what? And I think that's what's wrong with me in today's society. A little bit off topic, because I was never picked last when it was the sports. So when I was picked, I was just like, yes, because I bring this to the table. So now that and I say that, I still believe I'm him, even in the Nutty Professor outfit. I used to be Buddy Love, but now I'm Nutty Professor, and I'm stuck in the Corvette. What I'm saying, though, is this mouthpiece here is still Buddy Love, but I just look like Nutty Professor. So you get the best of both worlds.
I mean, yeah, in a sense, but I mean, is that insecurity a detriment to you or toxic to your relationships around you if you're somehow insecure about other things about the weight?
It is, because now I realize I won't let my girlfriend go to the gym. Yeah, because they're not allowed to have a trainer. They can't go. I like girls that don't go to the gym. Just naturally, they genes allow them to be skinny. Damn, and this whole thing, I thought it was love, but it was really my insecurity. I don't want her about around skinny motherfuckers.
That's unfortunate. Well,
see, hold on. And I'm going to touch this real quick. Because today's society, along with Lizzo and all these other people really bolstering up, being big, nothing against Lizzo, nothing against big people.
Making beautiful.
But see, and that, you, my friend, is the problem. And we're going to have this topic about is being a BBW really what it is? And I'm going to put that on the board. But what I'm saying, though, in today's society, I've been accepted now because I'm a bigger dude. Big. It's called a dad bod. Some girls turn around and be like, ooh, I like your belly to rub on. But 20 years ago, they'd have been like, where's the washboard abs? Where's all this other stuff? And now with society moving this, though it's still an insecurity because I'm probably an older man, but a younger generation that looks like me can look at it as self-love because he's being accepted for what he looks like. So if he does have that jealousy, trait, depending on the woman and how they perceive that individual, yes, it's still going to be an insecurity to me if my girlfriend over here, we both at the hot dog stand, and she seeing a fit young man eating a hot dog, but she see me over here slobbered all over myself. We got ketchup and mustard on both sides, and I'm looking a hot mess. and she's second guessing, is this the man I'm going home to tonight? Of course, I'm gonna feel some type of way if they having a conversation at the condiment station. I'm just saying, is that love I don't want to lose because he's a fit man, or is that an insecurity that I really have?
That's a tough one, man. We might have to come back to that one.
Either way, I do believe though, as we finish this, I do believe when it comes down to looking at it as jealousy, or if looking at it as jealousy, if we break it down between love and insecurity, I don't understand why it can't be both. Because I believe it's a mixture of both. Because you have enough love to not want to lose that individual. And it's the love of the insecurity that you haven't overcome is what amplifies it.
I mean, I think it just all comes to the extent on how you react to those insecurities and jealous tendencies. Because at the end of the day, just to put a ribbon on it, it's like if my girl says that a guy's attractive or good looking, I'm not going to get upset at that because I'm confident that my girl's not going to go anywhere, and I know I'm a handsome little devil myself. But that doesn't mean that there isn't somebody always better than you, always bigger than you, always prettier than you, always taller than you. Like there's always going to be something more than something else. But I think it's about how you overcome those things and not act. Because if I get mad at somebody, good looking, around my significant other, or if somebody like for yourself, like more likely, no matter how many weights I lift, you're probably still going to be stronger than me. It's your body mass, right? So I can't be mad at that. I got to know I can get as strong as possible for myself. I can't be insecure like, well, I'll never be as strong as X. But at the end of the day, as long as I understand that you can, like, I look at it like this: that for me, for anyone listening, the best way to control those things is control what you can control. Don't worry about the handsome devil or the beautiful woman over there. If she got a fat ass and you got a flat ass, it is what it is. Enjoy your flatty because somebody's going to appreciate it. If that person doesn't appreciate it,
And you know what? That brings me to another confession corner. It is an insecurity for me because sometimes that's why I only date girls that don't have a history with black men.
You like being the first to
you got me right. I'm the gateway drug. I'm the gateway drug. If you're gonna go all the way into the darkness, well, at least let's me and you hang out in the shadows, right? So I don't know if that's necessarily my insecurity that I only like dating girls that don't have a history with brothers, and I feel like that is, I dated a black girl who only dated white guys. That's just the environment I was raised in.
Is that like still like, all right, I conquered as the first black man on the moon?
Absolutely.
You're sick.
What you mean?
You're sick.
Look, I may look like the most confident man in the world, but this subject opened up some wounds. That means I have some insecurities I need to fix. Maybe it's therapy, maybe it's something. But I'm still better than a lot of those people who used to have sex with their own family members. And I'm just saying. No, because you think about the Game of Thrones with the Lannisters, they used to just be with each other because at the end of the day, they wanted the purity of their bloodline. And when it came down to it, a lot of people were mad about it. But was it jealousy? Or was it was it their insecurity that they couldn't do the same thing? No, but I'm just playing.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Just playing. But
come on.
But come on. Speaking of family members, I don't know how it went left about this. Maybe it was me in a bad effort of doing a transition here. But we both had this topic, and I'm probably gonna be on the wrong side of the tracks on this next topic here. Nepotism. With nepotism,
before you go,
what's up?
Explain what nepotism is. Some people don't know what it means.
Well, shit. Sometimes I don't know what. No, I think that's
Neapolitan. I'm kidding.
See, I said it wrong. I said
See?
Neapolitan. He was like Neapolitan. See, potato.
It may
Either
be
ways,
some, but go ahead though. Go ahead and
don't quote
tell the
me.
people.
It's not Webster. I'm not saying that I looked it up online to have the perfect answer. But in my mind of what nepotism is choosing someone that is close to you, whether it be a family, a cousin, whatever the case may be, for a position that you did not open up to other people, whether it's on a sports team, whether it's in business, whatever the case may be. You opened it to, but you did not open it to anyone else. You basically gave it to that individual, whether they were deserving or not. That's how I look at it as nepotism. How about yourself?
Yeah, that's pretty much the definition in a nutshell. Now, I guess let's get to the topic of nepotism.
All right.
Who
Taco
is the
Tuesday.
the bestest phenomenon player of the NBA? We have King LeBron James. We're looking
he got
at
a school, and he putting people in basketball teams.
And you don't hear nothing bad about him. He don't got nothing going on. He don't got no bad chicks. He don't got no side bitches. You know what? He stayed with one woman for his whole life.
He makes decisions for an organization without the owner's title.
He put a white boy that just finished
that just finished coaching a little leagues last week. No, it wasn't even just retired. That man last year was coaching a 4th grade basketball team. A 4th grade basketball team, and next year he's an NBA LA Lakers coach.
You got more coaching experience than he do.
Just a little bit. I got 10U. Most of them is like in 5th, 6th, and 6th and 7th grade, you know?
They actually got to run plays by now.
I'm telling you, we won 4 games.
There we go. Hey, coach, I see you put me in the game, coach.
Yeah, at least we part of a big organization and not just youth. Hey, I feel you.
Let's look at it like this, though, X. So when we're looking at this, we got LeBron putting at least 2 people in positions that people can only dream of. We got JJ Redick, who became the head coach, and it's kind of interesting that he becomes the head coach right after doing a podcast, creating a podcast together with LeBron.
Big fact.
And then with the 55th pick in the second round of the NBA draft of 2024, we select Bronny James, who happens to be from the loins of LeBron James. So,
absolutely.
When we're looking at nepotism,
with a quarter of the talent.
So X, what do you say? Is it are they both, reaping the benefits of LeBron, or do you think they actually have the pedigree to be in the positions that they're at?
Oh hell no, they don't have the pedigree to be where they're at.
Damn, that's it. No,
yeah, that's exactly what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. JJ Redick reminds me of me. And why I say JJ Redick reminds me of me is because that man has the mouthpiece. It's not the give a damn, but he has the analytical mouthpiece skills to get him into the door. But he ain't got the resume. And you know what? At the time when I talk to a female, when I talk to a job, or I talk to anybody, I got the mouthpiece to get me in the door, but a little bit of the resume. That's what you call street hustler. And what JJ Redick just did was hustle the hell out of the NBA and LeBron James by convincing that motherfucker that he knew what he was doing by, let me coach the Lakers. Let me tell you this. I got a podcast where I can break down all plays and every play. I done been on TV and as a broadcaster, and I can break down plays. But I haven't showed a damn thing that I can put a team together but a 4th grade team. But also, hold on, I went to, where'd he go, to Duke? I believe he went to Duke, and that means I got an education. I could shoot the ball a little bit.
I hate that.
But that's what my resume tells me. I know how to break down film. Now, don't get me wrong. If we talking about basketball, we talking about basketball, not practice. Basketball. If we talk about
the game itself,
I look at Eric Spoelstra because if you think about it the same way, he grew up through the Miami Heat's organization as the film guy. He used to cut the tape. But he cut his teeth to get to where he went. It wasn't like he got it overnight. Now, this is where we probably going to part ways and the fork in the road going to come in.
All right, let's do
Do
it.
I believe what LeBron James did is nepotism? Yes. Is nepotism needed? Yes. And here's why I say this.
Why is it needed?
Here's why I say this.
Oh, that's slick.
I don't
That looked
believe
like some sleazy shit right there.
I
So
don't
sleazy.
believe
Go
the
ahead.
way LeBron James did it was the correct way for the Lakers. But I do believe what he's done isn't the first time LeBron James has used nepotism. And here's why I say that. Look at who his whole circle is. All his whole circle, when it comes to his marketing team, where it comes to his management team, they all grew up together. He put on for the people that was around him.
Big facts.
And because it was the homies, that put them in places that they would have never got if it wasn't for this man. Yeah. So when people screaming left and right, nepotism, it's not just this small window that we looking at JJ Redick or we looking at his son, Bronny James.
Bronny.
Yes, I understand people don't like and I'll be the first one to say, I probably wouldn't like it if it happened straight on to me. But you'll have somebody in the community talking about, oh, he's just doing the nepotism. He's bringing it in. I'm gonna say this, and I know it's gonna be a miss for a lot of people, but I'm gonna say this: he's bringing in the people outside of JJ Redick, because don't cancel me. That white man was gonna eventually get to where he needed to be. Yeah. But his son, I'm being completely honest. As much as people say that he didn't have the talent to get there, I agree. He wouldn't have been the 55th pick. There was a lot more people who didn't get picked that was a better in position than him. Because if you look at his averages at USC, he had dog numbers. I'm gonna be honest with you. He had dog numbers. There was people out there that had better numbers than him that can contribute to an organization better than him. Now, here is why I say it's important. And I would want my daddy to do this too if he was in a high position. If he had the position, if he had the authority to put me on a basketball team to give me at least a try, and I know my daddy ain't gonna be around, at least I know my, like you said, loins is gonna be in the NBA. Because nobody is going to give him the chance like I have the ability to give them a chance. And every stop that LeBron went to, he gave individuals that may have otherwise, when he wasn't around, that opportunity to do it. Whether or not they performed or not, he gave them the opportunity. And I give him the hand clap, because any other organization, JJ Redick would have been at home still on the podcast. He still would have been doing what me and you doing in front of a camera talking to it.
That's true.
So, is nepotism wrong? Depending on how you look at it. But I do believe when people who may have, and I'm not saying Bronny didn't have skills. I'm saying he didn't have the best of skills, but he still has enough skills to perform the job. It'd be different if he gave it to someone who didn't have the skills at all. The janitor at the Lakers, at the arena, a contract.
Yeah, 100%. I think, and those are really good freaking points. And there's not going to be much of a split in the road here, because I got to be honest, I kind of agree with a lot that you said. I mean, we look at a lot of stuff with any type of industry. I mean, dog, let's put it like this. The freaking Dallas Cowboys. Legit, Jerry Jones's kids are all over the organization. His daughter probably in PR, his son general manager. All this stuff is going on because you put them in position. Now, when we're looking at Bronny, I think the best thing about Bronny is that his father is LeBron James. He can only get better. He may never be great. Like, he's never going to be a phenom because he ain't 6'8". He's 6'9". And him the same height. Like Bronny ain't, and Bronny's not. He's not like Allen Iverson quick. He's not like shifty like those guys at that height.
No, he's not.
And Chris Paul is like 6 foot, but Chris Paul is shifty and strong. That's the reason why he's been able to maintain to be in the league for over 20 years. Just about.
That man falling by the wayside. That man, every time he get hit, he break like glass.
Don't matter, but he's like in year like 16, 17. Like he's not, he's old.
You're right.
But he's still a diminutive point guard. Like, you know, standard guards now is like 6'4" minimum. Like, that's small in the league. So when you got a guy that's 6'1", like, shoot, I remember the first day I walked on campus and saw a 7-footer, and I'm just like, bro, like, I can't go in the lane. It ain't gonna work. I gotta figure something out. And a lot of these guys that are that height got to figure out how to get through the lanes because you can't dunk on everybody like you probably did in high school and different things. So Bronny got to open up his game, but that's the best part. Your coach is one of the best three-point shooters in college history, and your father is the best player on the planet. So it's like he has potential. So we get to the nepotism part, right? If there was anyone else that was 6'1" right now, I mean, he's not playing.
He wouldn't have been in there. I promise you that.
It wouldn't be there. Like, I remember seeing a comparison. There's like some kid got undrafted that was averaging like 19 points per game in college. But I'm not sitting here saying the thing is Bronny's upside, no matter how you slice it, is so high because he can learn from so many different avenues. It's just like kind of like this silver spoon kind of theory, right? It's like, or the head start. You know how they say that white folks have a head start in life. They literally start out with a 401k.
No, you don't. They don't say that. We know that.
Oh, sorry. We know that, right? So,
and I appreciate when someone has a head start, that's watching this, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the like button for me. Shout out to y'all too.
But I mean, let me end it on this. I think when we look at nepotism, it is definitely needed, and I totally agree with you because, you know, if someone ain't gonna put me on, if you're not gonna put me on, maybe my daddy might put me on, and my daddy might not put me on. You know, Uncle Tito might be able to put me on. I don't know.
All I need is a shot.
But that's all I need is a shot, and that's all we need. So, I say all that to say, hey, we have an opportunity. If we have an opportunity to put our team on and work. Shoot, why not?
But here's what a lot of people will say, though. A lot of people will disagree because think about it. The people that's getting put on, kind of like Bronny, is taking other brothers' opportunity who fought their way into the league and who didn't have the easy road like their daddy being in that position to put them on. And that is a lot of people on the other side of the track. See, and that's the way I look at it. But this life. But here's a funny thing about it. My homeboy, shout out to Cruiser Nation 3. I'll give it to him. He had this conversation last week. He mentioned, what if Jordan would have put on his son? What if Scottie Pippen, because those are players that are in the league, what he put it on? And I'm going to get to a point. Hold on. Shaq also was put on. And then they talk about, well, Bronny needs it because he had his heart condition. Well, so did Sharif Shaq, went through open heart surgery as well. All of these different things. But the one thing that I will put on the table that he did not discuss, none of those players were still in the league where they could influence a team and the coaches to do that. If Shaq was still in the league when his son came into the league, I bet you if he was on the Lakers, he would have been like, yeah, let's go ahead and get our son, get my son on the team. I'll put him under my wing. Or Jordan, if Jordan was still playing when his son came out of UCF, garbage is all hell. I wouldn't have drafted him. I would have sent his behind to the international league. But
he never finished college.
There you go.
The difference is Bronny had bro. I can't.
Bronny never finished college either. Bronny only went 1 year.
Yeah, but Bronny had more hype and more stuff around him.
That was today's age.
Jordan's kid didn't even want to play. He's over here banging Scottie Pippen's mom. You can tell where his shit was.
Damn.
I ain't mad at him. Man, my man was thinking about, I'm going to bang every girl at UCF.
Oh, you meant Scottie Pippen Jr. I thought you meant Scottie Pippen. Like, that's old he.
No, he did. He did.
Scottie Pippen Jr.
Jordan's son was banging Scottie Pippen's wife or girlfriend.
Wife. I thought you said mom. So when you said, I thought it was Scottie Pippen Jr. I mean, Scottie Pippen Senior's mom. I was like, no, that's a whole head. No. She might be in the dirt right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna, looking at Scottie Pippen's old ass. I don't, nah.
But
You get what I'm
On the
saying?
contrary, we focus predominantly on sports. Now, with the nepotism part of it, because that can translate into the office. So same way you said Jerry Jones and his kids. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys team is in the dirt. They haven't won a playoff game in over 2 decades. And you telling me you want to continue to put Jerry Jones's kids into the league as far as running the organization? Yep. See, this is where it's 2 sides of the coin for me. And I don't know if I'm just because I'm a melanin individual, a darker skin tone, that I feel a little different. But if there needs to be changes where one individual makes a single decision and that is final say, I don't believe nepotism should come in. Here's why. When we're looking at LeBron and we're looking at Bronny is not one team. Bronny is a seat amongst 15 other players. So for me, he can't directly influence a whole entire organization. But Jerry Jones is the last word. Then you're putting people in place to essentially be your puppet and have that same last word. Look at our government now. Our government is filled with freaking democracy of idiots and old people because best friends, cousins, sisters, brothers, in-laws, whatever the case may be, is getting jobs in the White House, and now we just got a geriatric ward across the map. That's a whole nother topic. But what I'm saying is, nepotism, depending on where it is, if it is the final say position, nepotism shouldn't be involved. But if it helps influence an organization, I don't have a problem with it. And that might just be me being two-faced, whatever the case may be. I believe nepotism has its good and its bad, pros, cons. And I don't want to be on the first side of the wishy-washy on the topic. But yeah, that's how I look at it.
I mean, just off of one example, to wrap it up on that part of outside of direct sports, if we're going to just argue the Jerry Jones thing, the only time they don't win is in the playoffs, but they're relevant every year.
You can be you can be relevant, but that don't mean crap.
Their job is to make money, and they're all making money.
You're right.
That's what like. You may never win, but as long as your revenue sells, and we still got annoying ass Cowboy fans,
they're still
and they're always going to be there. Like, have you ever been to Jerryland? I haven't been there, but I heard that stadium's nice.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it is.
So, at the end of the day, it is. But I mean, just to wrap it up on that, man, I think that nepotism is definitely can be utilized in a positive way, but it also can be like, damn, that's Stevie's son. So, he ain't really that good. He just got there because of his daddy. I mean, shoot, I remember, I was in 4th grade and they said I made the team because of my uncle. But, he still had to go out there and play.
Definitely. Wait. Was your coach a female?
No, my uncle.
Oh, your uncle was the coach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because, there's a couple of coaches out there who be like, yeah, the only reason know how it was when it was a
I know.
And the sorry kid
I know
got to play. The sorry kid got to play. And why he played, coach? Don't worry about
one of my homies. One of my homies, his mom was fine as hell growing up. I was like, how'd she make the team? But, it made sense.
Mama putting in overtime. Mama want her son to succeed. He gonna succeed no matter what.
Man, that man didn't see the field at all. But you know what? He had a helmet. He had a helmet. He ain't play, but he had a helmet. And I'm pretty sure she wore one that night.
I say he was gonna play.
Yeah, she wore a helmet that night.
Rudy. But either way, that goes to tells me, in order to succeed in this world, I gotta hang out with the right people. So,
100%.
That brings us back round full circle. You are who you hang out with. I better hang out with some ballers. That's all I gotta say. I better hang out with some ballers.
You're gonna be with some broke motherfuckers. You're gonna be with some broke motherfuckers. Counting lint.
You ain't gonna find me.
Gonna be counting lint
together. Hey,
counting lint, yo. Damn.
But either way, I appreciate y'all joining this episode of Two Shades of Black. I'm your boy, X to the Xavier.
You were thinking about that one, weren't you?
I was no.
Using mid-thought. Using mid-thought.
I was, but then I almost said X to the Z because of like exhibit, and I had to make that pause, and I'm like, I don't have a Z. Xavier.
Ain't there. X-Men. What do I do? Yeah, man, it was dope. Wakanda forever.
All right, but yeah. Either way, we out here. See you for episode 3.
We'll see y'all.